Kia is already on a roll in Indian market. With only two cars, the Seltos and the Carnival, Kia has grabbed the fifth position in the Indian market. Kia is now ready with the third car, which is the Sonet, and we have the 1-liter turbocharged petrol variant of the Sonet with us. It is available only with the two transmission options, which is the iMT, which we have behind us, and the 7-speed DCT automatic, which will drive later. So let's jump to the driver's seat and find out what Kia Sonet is all about, how it drives on the traffic, how it drives on the highway, and everything else about the car. Before you go, please subscribe to the Car Talk channel and press the bell icon. So let's start with the driving of the Kia Sonet. We are with the 1-liter turbocharged petrol engine version of the Sonet, which is only available with the 6-speed iMT that we are driving today, or the 7-speed DCT automatic, which is only available with the GTX version. So starting the drive, the iMT transmission, this is only the second car to get the iMT transmission after the Venue. And to start it regularly, we have to just put it on the first gear with the brake pedal engaged, and as soon as you release the brake pedal, it starts to move ahead. However, on the slower speeds, you may sometimes feel a little bit of jerks on the very slow moving traffic, but that's something that we faced once in 10 times during this drive. So I don't think that's something that you will face in your everyday drives. Apart from that, we are going on a steep uphill right now, and I'm in the second gear. And I will try to come to a stop to see if the car rolls back. We will shift to the first. I have released the brake and it has started moving ahead, but a bit slowly because we are on a steep, so I will have to tap the accelerator. So that's something that you will have to manage and learn and practice with the iMT transmission. This will be the issue with all the iMT transmission or with all the cars in the future. Apart from that, the highway drivability is pretty good. It's pretty relaxed because you don't have to keep engaging on the clutch all the time. So I think on the manual transmission, clutch takes a lot of your energy and makes you tired. So since you don't have to operate the clutch here, you just have to change the gears. It works very well. So even on the longer drives or in the daily commute for more than 2 hours or 3 hours, you don't feel that much of tired when compared to a manual transmission. Now talking about the smoothness of the Kia Sonet 1-liter turbocharged with a 6-speed iMT, I must say that on the highways it's a pretty smooth drive. So I am currently on third. It is asking me to upshift, so I will do that after releasing the brake, and that's about it. There are no jerks in the car. It just shifts and you don't even get to know. You can just continue using the accelerator and you will be in a higher gear. So currently we are on a highway doing about 70 plus speed, and one thing that I noticed that while changing the lanes quickly, you will feel little bit about a body roll, but that's very natural to the cars of this segment since they come with a very tall boy design and high ground clearance. That's something natural that all the cars in this segment face anyway. Apart from that, the stability on the highways on higher speeds, it's pretty good. You don't have to think about much about the steering moving around and stuff. However, it's only the lane changes where you might face problems, but with time you will get used to that too. Right now I'm doing 70 plus speed, and the steering feels pretty confident on the straight routes, and changing it slowly to the other lane also feels pretty confident because it has weighed up very nicely. So yes, there is good amount of confidence, but still the steering feels light even on the higher speeds. I haven't checked the very high speed capabilities of the car yet because I haven't got the space, but definitely I will tell you more about it if I get a chance. Kia has tuned the suspension very nicely. It's very well balanced, so it is neither very stiff, neither very soft. So while going over the rough patches, you don't feel very discomfortable. Yes, you will feel the rough patches in the car, but you won't feel them inside the car so much that they make you discomfortable. Talking about the exterior of the Kia Sonet, there are two different groups.
One is the GT line, which is the top end version, while the another one is the tech line, which is less sportier version of the car. The major differences between both at the front, as you can see, is the red accents. The GT line gets a lot of red accents, while there are no red accents on the tech line version. The shape of the bumper is also different in the GT line, so this looks much sportier, much bulkier, where the tech line is designed for all. Both the variants get projector fog lamps, LED headlamps with dual purpose DRLs at the front. Similarly, on the side, the GT line variant get red accents on the alloy wheels and the front brake caliper. There is more red accent on the GT line that run across the length of the car, while there is silver accent on the other one. Both of them get chrome door handles, black ORVMs with integrated indicators and roof rails too. And both the cars look similar from the rear as well, apart from the bumper of the GT line that is more aggressively designed and gets red accents.
We are in the cabin of the Kia Sonet STX Plus, which is the top end variant of the tech line group. So this gets a lot of features, but not as much as the top end GTX line. What does it get? It gets a massive 10.25-inch infotainment system. It gets a colored MID with digital instrument cluster, and there are two analog instrument clusters on the side, so it shows the tachometer, the fuel gauge and the temperature of the engine. Apart from that, you get a nice space to keep your phone here, and here also there is no wireless charging here that you will get with the GTX Plus. You get two USBs here, one for charging the phone, one to connect with the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay of this infotainment system, and you get a 12-volt charging socket right here. And the armrest is not adjustable. However, you can lift it up to get a small space to keep your wallet and other small items secure while going on a drive. Just like the whole theme of the car of the dual tone, like the dashboard, the door panels, the seats are also dual tone versions. So they also get perforations for the ventilation. So the front two seats, the co-driver and the driver's seat, they get ventilated seat options. So you can just start them off and set the level of air cooling that you want while driving on a hot day, and that's very useful on a very hot day. Just like today we are shooting in Gurgaon, which is very humid, and these seats have come into the play very nicely and we're very happy with them. Apart from that, if you open the glove box, you will get access to a large deep space. So you can see almost half of my hand is inside the glove box. So this is the manual kit that you get with the Sonet. I will close it down. This is not cooled glove box, this is normal regular glove box. You get nice looking AC vents here with a nice brushed silver aluminum finish, and the central console also looks nice. It's pretty tidy, pretty neat, and fit in a small space. However, when you come to the infotainment system, it offers a lot of features, but there are no physical buttons here. So if a co-driver wants to change the volume on the infotainment system, they will have to come all the way till here. So the buttons for volume are just right here in front of the driver. Now we have come to the rear seat of the Kia Sonet, and this space has been much discussed on the internet. This is a sub 4 meter car, which means the manufacturer only gets a limited amount of space to build everything within that space limit. If they cross that limit, the measurement limit, the prices will go up massively. So what Kia has done here is they have provided a massive boot space, which is the segment leading boot space. What that has done is reduce the space of the rear seats. However, I have set this seat, the driver's seat, according to my height. I am 5'10", and still you can see that there is a lot of knee room here. So there is at least 3 inches of space here, and there is a lot of lumbar support and under thigh support if I put my feet down for a longer journey. So you don't feel discomfortable during the drives or a longer drive. And even if you want to fit a second passenger or third passenger, you can, but not on the longer drives. That will get pretty uncomfortable because of the shoulder space. What else you get here is a large massive window, which makes the rear cabin very airy, especially after the sunroof opens. talking about the features, you get an armrest here with 2 cup holders which you can pull it down and lean on. It's a solid build, so you don't have to worry about it breaking down. It also gets rear AC vents, and just above that the air filter. This is the first car in the segment that gets integrated air filter. Yes, the Hyundai Venue also gets the air filter, the air purifier, but that it's a brick solid cylinder thing that you have to keep on the front of the car. Apart from that, with a massive 10.25 inch infotainment screen, you get 7 speaker system from Bose. The sound quality is extremely well, and I can definitely say that it's best in the segment. With the sound system, you get also a lot of ambient light which dances with the sound as the sound changes. It is similar to the technique that we have seen in the Kia Seltos as well. So with the Kia Sonet, on the higher end variants, on the top end variants, you get the Yugo Connect app feature. So we have the top end version of the Techline group right now, and it comes with a very nice looking key, as you can see. So this is a keyless entry car. This car comes with a keyless entry. You can just put it in your pocket and operate the vehicle. However, you can do a lot more things with the key itself. For example, you can start the engine of the vehicle even from a distance. So for that, you just need to press the lock button and keep it hold for 3 seconds. I hope it starts in front of you so that you can see how it starts. There you go. So the doors are still locked, but from the engine itself you can start the car. Now similar features are also available with the Kia Yugo mobile app that you get with the car. You can map the car with your mobile phone, and as you can see, you get similar features. There are more than 50 features, 57 to be exact, that you can do with the mobile phone. You can start the engine, you can lock the car, unlock the car, horn plus lights, and a lot of other things. You can also check the status of the vehicle, like which tire has okay pressure, which has low pressure, or which has higher pressure, and check the fuel level, check the doors, geofence the car, and the list goes on. So that's a very quirky feature that you get with the Kia Sonet. Yes, the Hyundai Venue also comes with similar features. However, the manual versions of the Hyundai Venue cannot start or stop the engine remotely. Well, coming to the rear of the car, I want to show you the boot space here. To open the boot, there is a handle here, but it's hidden. It's not in the logo. You will have to bend a bit to open this to reveal the massive 392 liters of boot space. It is the maximum boot space that you can get in the segment, and it will definitely fit 4 to 5 big suitcases easily. So from the HTX Plus, we have come to the Kia Sonet GT Plus, which is a top-end variant of the car, and as it is supposed to be, it looks extremely sporty. Since you get the HTX Plus with a dual-tone variants, dual-tone cabin interiors, the GT line gets all black, so you can see all black seats, all black dashboard, and everything is much sportier than the HTX Plus. You also get double stitched red accents all over the vehicle, so even if you see the seats, the gear lever cloth, even the steering wheel and the door pads, you get red stitching, red double stitching, which makes it feel very premium. Apart from that, you also get a lot more features, a longer feature list with this. So you get the wireless phone charging, which you can put your compatible phone right here and it will start getting charged right away. Apart from that, you also get a different steering wheel. It's the feel of the steering wheel is just exactly same as the HTX line. However, it gets a different clothing and also the logo of the GT line, which makes it look sportier. Apart from that, I don't see much changes here. Yes, it is definitely more sportier. So let's take it on a drive, since we have the 7-speed dual clutch automatic version here. So let's take it for a drive and see how the 1-liter petrol engine behaves with this transmission.
So we are in the top-end GTX Plus version of the Kia Sonet, and it comes with all the bells and whistles that you can imagine. The engine remains the same that we drove with the HTX Plus. It is the same 1-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder petrol engine that generates 120 bhp, 120 PS and 172 Nm of peak power. However, the major difference between the HTX Plus and this car that we are driving right now is the transmission. So this comes with a 7-speed DCT automatic transmission. and the petrol engine is only available with the two transmissions, the one we showed you earlier and this one. Comparing the DCT with the iMT that we drove earlier, well, we really cannot compare both of them together because the technology is very different. This uses two clutches, that use one clutch, so no comparisons there. However, if I want to talk about the experience in the slow moving traffic, this one definitely takes the cake. It's much smoother, much linear power delivery, and even at slower speeds the car behaves very smoothly. There are no jerks at all. You also get 3 drive modes right here. This is the feature that is only available with the GTX version. So in the drive modes you can select between eco, sport and normal. So what it does is, in the eco mode, the gear shifts, the upshifts, they happen at a very low RPM. In the normal mode, the gear shifts, they happen at a higher RPM compared to the eco mode. And in the sport mode, the gear really holds on to the RPMs and the change happen at really higher RPMs, which gives you a sporty, enthusiastic feeling. Apart from that, you also get the traction control system here. Well, we could not test it completely on the roads today. However, it gets 3 modes which says snow, mud and sand. We took the car to a rough patch to see how it works and how it changes. So it engages the traction control, and the amount of traction control engagement depends on the mode it is in. So that's about it from the driving of the Kia Sonet GTX Plus. Apart from this, it also gets added safety features like traction control, which I have told you already, and also the number of airbags is much higher on the GTX version. It gets as many as 6 airbags compared to the 2 airbags which is available even with the top end variant of the Techline variants.
Now coming to the end of the review of the Kia Sonet, I am sure that you must have seen what all features you get with the STX line and the GTX line that we just showed. The Sonet feels like a big gadget with a lot of features that you can control from the massive 10.25-inch touchscreen. You can control the ambient light, you can control the drive modes, you can control the traction, and the list will keep on going on for long if I keep on saying the features. Well, apart from that, it also offers a decent amount of space. You get massive 392 liters of boot space, decent amount of space in the rear, good amount of space in the front seats, comfortable seats, and I can't really imagine or think of something that this car doesn't offer. So this will be a stiff competition to the cars like Hyundai Venue, Maruti Suzuki Vitara Brezza, Ford EcoSport, Tata Nexon, Mahindra XUV 300, and even the Honda WRV. So it's a very well-loaded car, a very good car to buy for small families. The only missing thing in the puzzle right now is the price, which will be announced on 18th September. If Kia prices it well, the Sonet has all the potential to become the segment leader and threaten all the other cars in the segment, especially the Hyundai Venue. What will be the price? Well, we will find that out on 18th September, and for more such reviews and news, please subscribe to the Car Talk channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.